What's good, guys? It's Aida. In today's video, I'm going to demonstrate how I do 7 Cornrows on my hair, having one in the middle rather than a middle parting. I know for myself, when I first started learning how to Cornrow, I struggled when it came to making sure that I didn't run out of hair at the back, at the nape of my head. And that was all down to the parting, making sure that you set your first parting up correctly so that by the time you come over to the other side, you ain't finishing the Cornrow up here rather than down there. So I'm starting off with detangled hair, rat tail comb, hairband, and I also have a mirror in front of me over here. So if you see me looking here, I'm looking in the mirror. I like to base it off of my hairline. It might be different for different people depending on your hairline. But looking at mine, I have this kind of dip here in the corner, and I also have a widow's peak. So I know that this is going to be where my middle Cornrow is going to go. And then I know that I'm going to have a parting here as well. So what I'm going to do is divide this section into 2. So I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, and then the 4th one there, 5, 6, and number 7. The idea is to go in a C shape and to not use a lot of hair at the back of your head. You can use the end of the rat tail comb or just the comb part. You don't even need to use a rat tail comb, you could use any kind of comb. So I'll go in with a rough outline first, and if I need to adjust, I will. Well, that seems fine to me. That, and as you can see, I'm not taking off a lot at the back at all. Remember, this space here is like half the whole head, so you've got to make sure you are very stingy with the amount of hair that you take. If you don't know how to Cornrow, so this is not an actual like Cornrow tutorial, but I have got plenty of those on this channel, so make sure to check that out. So the next parting is going to be here. I'm going to do another C shape around and get thinner and thinner until I get to about here. When you're parting, you want to make sure you're holding your comb almost like a pencil. Makes life a lot easier, like you're just drawing a line in your hair. Okay, I'm not too sure how this turned out, so I'm going to tie it up, check with a mirror, and adjust where needed. Not too shabby. I'm using this amount of hair at the front, and at the back, this amount, almost half the size. So now I'm thinking about my middle Cornrow and how I want that parted. And that's what I'm going to be focusing on, so that this Cornrow will then fall into line. So I want it to be about this big. So that means that this one is going to be parted here. When it comes to that middle Cornrow, it's going to be pretty much straight down rather than that C shape. If anything, I probably could go a bit thicker with the parting at the back, so I'm going to do that, because otherwise this middle one is going to be chunky, chunky, chunky. So from about here, I'm just going to make it a bit wider. Now with this sector Cornrow. So I want it to mirror on the other side, so make sure that the parting is around about in the same place on the other side of my head. Making sure that the lines are parallel to each other. So I said you're going straight down. It is kind of straight down, but it's also still a C, a very loose C, seeing as your skull isn't flat, it is curved. So you're going round like this. Don't just go straight, otherwise you'll end up going diagonally pretty much. And I'm going to continue the same thing on this side. So one here, and then there, and that is it. Back to the C shape as well. And not taking too much hair at the back. Much like the first one, we're gonna go quite tightly with this last parting. Just gonna go around and just picking up right at the edge a bit of hair. And there we have it. This is how you part your hair for straight back cornrows. Obviously, you could split this one in half and have 8 cornrows instead of 7, but today I felt like having a middle one. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section down below. I'll try my best to answer them, whether it is in a comment or by doing an actual video on it. I will see you guys next time. Peace, love, and life.